What is up, everybody? GMGM feels like a Monday. I don't know about you guys. Definitely feels like a Monday to me. Having taken yesterday off for the 4th of July, America's birthday, man. Yeah, happy birthday, America. That was sick. I shot off.
Bro, I didn't even realize it was Friday.
I know, it just feels strange. It's like the perfect, honestly, like yesterday I was like, this sucks. Like 4th of July on a Thursday sucks. Then you got to go back to work. But it's kind of like, okay, I'm in the studio for a day. It's kind of fun. And then we just go right into the weekend. And it's Pizza Friday, which is even more amazing. Like, we love pizza around here, man. I'll tell you what. What's up, dude?
Not much, man. Just decided recently that I quit. And just got a lot of free time on my hands. So spent a lot of time raiding on X and things of that nature.
Nice. What was the whole idea of the I quit? Like you quit getting rugged? Like just
Yeah, so actually there's a lot of things that we wanted to quit. We noticed that one of the biggest problems, especially with launches that go through pump.fun, is pre-sale jittery, like the people who get a hold of tokens early, just not being able to control, getting a 5x, 10x, 15x, and it destroying traction for projects. Also, there's just like a ton of rugs, so people are constantly being rugged. People are constantly hopping in CTOs. So we actually are in the middle of a rebrand. The original concept was quit your job, buy this token and quit buying meme coins. And we switched it to quit being rugged, quit getting used for exit liquidity. And now, like, it could still, it's all encompassing when you look at quitting. But what we did is we just bought the entire bonding curve for 85 Solana on pump.fun and then launched directly to Radium. Didn't sell those tokens, just held and continued to buy, which kept all the jittery and sell pressure off, which allowed us to really run like pump tokens typically don't do. We're sitting at like a 750K market cap. We have all-time high of 1 million. We hit 1 million the other day. We now have a angel investor market maker who said he's going to be driving us to 5 million within the week. Yeah, so the 80% of the supply that we got holds our floor. We added $20,000 in liquidity this week to the token, which stabilizes the chart, also allows for easier entrance and exit for whales. So yeah, we're trying to do things differently. We're trying to make this the last token that we have to go hard with. We also obviously quit being rugged is a big thing. We spent a lot of time raiding on X, as you've seen personally. You've seen we have a different like that's what we were doing. Like the spaces are glitching this morning, but that's what that's what we've been doing for the hours. And we also spend time rating rug telegrams. So when a project gets freshly rugged, so a lot of projects will go and raid telegrams of projects that are healthy and successful, right? And they'll just go try to take liquidity or take people from their project any way that they can. We think that's wrong and immoral. So what we do is we raid projects of telegrams that just got rugged and they have like a sub 10K market cap, the point where they're, people are talking about CTO, and a lot of times it's the dev looking to just rug again, or people who are just down bad and are looking for exit liquidity. We go raid those telegrams together as a community and ask them, are you ready to quit? Quit the CTOs, quit getting rugged, and come join the quit community. So that's us in a nutshell. If you got any questions, more than happy to answer them.
I quit asking questions, bro.
I fucking love it, bro. It is so easy to shell this thing when I'm on stage, right? Like, because I'm showing a lot of spaces and stuff. It is so easy to shell this thing because, like, you don't even have to overtly shell it, right? Like, you're just like, look, they really just need to quit. And then people are looking at the sign, they're looking at the PFPs, they're looking at the other quitters in the space, and they get it.
I think it's fantastic. I mean, at this point, it's where we are in the cycle, and everybody's been rugged. How many times? Countless times. I mean, I think at this point, there's very few projects that are. I'm wondering, do we think that this is like the final shakeout of the celebrity coins and the coins that have the dinosaur tail charts and all that stuff? Is that what this little dipski is about at this point? Because I feel like at some point we have to move on with the cycle. and only the strong survive. But I love the messaging behind here. Like the other day, like when you guys started rating my post, and I said like, holy shit, you go to one space, and then all of a sudden, you've got the community, all chiming in. Like, I think the community in numbers and strength right now is the most important thing. So, I mean, where are you at in kind of the thought process of this cycle and what everybody needs to do to survive to move on to the next phase?
They need to quit. People just need to quit right now. Quit while they're ahead. Yeah, quit while they're ahead. That's what they need to. Yeah, I said it's easy to show this thing. No, so I don't think we've seen the last of the celebrity tokens. I actually think it's really early. I don't think we've seen any real celebrity tokens yet. We're actually just discussing this on the Mariana Fall show right before this, when they started glitching. We haven't seen any real celebrities, right? We've seen a lot of D-listers, C-listers, XXX listers, the porn stars, the OnlyFans models, and like some B-listers. But here's what's going to happen, right? Like when if Kim Kardashian launches a token or Beyonce launches a token, there's a chance that those tokens become multi-billion-dollar assets, right? Like let's just keep it real. If they actually put the work in, right? If Beyonce launches a token and she has the Beehive, right, which is one of the most rabid and fanatical fan bases on the planet,
next to the
right?
Swifties. Who do you think? Whoa.
Go ahead. Yep.
Who do you think is more? We could use your terms, rabid. I loved it. The Swifties or the Beehive?
BTS fans, K-pop fans. I think they're the most rabid. But I would say so Swifties are younger, I guess.
Oh,
Swifties
dude,
are younger and more energetic. I think
we talked about this like about 2 weeks ago, man. There's a video of like 5 grown-ass fucking men like dancing and singing, like knowing every word to the songs. Like, so we can't just say it's the youngie, man. Yeah, like those guys are sus for sure, though. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of
carry on.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I think I guess Taylor Swift probably has a bigger fan base these days. But I think here's why Taylor Swift's would go better, because she's known to be a really nice person and actually pretty personal with her fans and personable.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce, I don't know all the ins and outs, but like I feel like Taylor Swift's probably like just a nicer person. And yeah, I think that token would probably gig ascend.
Yeah. Because that's a really good question. We have no retail showing at all yet, right? Like the retail hasn't even actually showed up yet. Do we need that to happen before we see the major celebrity coin? Will that be the actual top of this bull cycle, you think, when we get the Beehive coin?
Straight top signal, 100% top signal. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when Beyonce drops a coin or Taylor Swift drops a coin, I'm getting in that coin and I'm probably gonna get wrecked. And then I'm getting I'm unpacking my bags, getting ready to get out.
I'm definitely gonna try to get on that. I don't do like white lists or pre-sales, or no, I do pre-sales. I don't do white lists for anything like that. Nobody likes to do that stuff. All right, guys, remember, this is the Web3 Breakfast. If you got any questions, I quit asking questions. And so I'm going to need some support from some of you guys to come up here and start talking. So remember, this is the show for the community, by the community. So come on up here. Don't be afraid to raise your hand. If we are watching over on X, make sure you hit the heart. For a while, I thought, well, you can't smash the like you can on YouTube. Yes, you can. You can hit the heart. So do that. And if you are listening on the space, make sure you hit the purple pill down in the bottom right. It does say 4 right now. So it is a purple pill shape. Sometimes people are like, it's not purple. It is now. It's showing. So tag some friends, get some more people in here so that we can learn about how we all need to quit.
Yeah, don't be afraid to retweet the space either. It actually doesn't cost you anything to retweet the space. There's no physical pain that's going to happen to you if you press that button. It's completely free. It's a great way to support any space. Make sure you're following Mr. Dude and JChains, right? Very, very simple things. You come into a space, you follow the host, you follow the co-host, you retweet the space, and then if they got something in the nest, you make sure you engage with that and support them. Go engage with a couple of their posts. These are very simple things, people. Cost $0. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. Something when I was in the space yesterday listening, I love this, and it had to do with the bookmarks, and you're basically to that same effect, saying like, your fingers must be really hurting you because like nobody can hit that bookmark. But I love your style with how you were getting the community to raid. Where did this approach come from?
Yeah, so the rating thing, that actually, if you look on our chart, you'll see where we hit our all-time low since launch. We were at like 210K market cap. I woke up, we were like 230. We dropped down to like 210. And I was like, all right, not going to sleep until we fix this. And that had been a big problem in our community with different projects that we've been behind. We weren't rating properly. The community wasn't active about it. I paid a lot of money to a lot of different groups to raid, and a lot of different money to, like, I remember I paid like $1,000 for 4 hours of hardcore rating from my community with a previous project. And like a couple people went after it. Other ones really didn't, but I never was able to get people to raid. And I knew this was a problem. But I never really, like, I always just like try to throw money at it. And I spent a lot of my time in spaces. I used to be a Telegram maxi. Now I'm a spaces maxi. Like, I live in these spaces. I literally sleep in them. And I was like just realizing what a problem it was that we didn't have a community rating. And I realized that the problem at the end of the day was me. I was the problem because I wasn't rating. I wasn't in the trenches. So I decided to take responsibility for my failures and step up and lead by example. So since I host spaces, I was like, all right, we're just going to raid these posts live. We're going to do it a little bit differently, something that fits with my style. And also we'll be able to check in with each other, hold each other accountable, because we still all have notifications on for each other. And yeah, so what we did is we started throwing the post that we're going to raid in the Jumbotron instead of Chatter Shield Bot as well. Also, because with Chatter Shield Bot, right, you put up a goal, right? Say, 6 likes, 6 bookmarks, and 6 retweets. As soon as it hits that goal, they're on to the next one. In a space, I can monitor how many people are in the space, how many people are engaged. And even though we have basic metrics for success that we consider, which is 33% of the people engaging with the raid that are in the space, right? Like based upon who's in there and how we're doing, instead of just stopping that raid and saying, all right, raid completed, we can push it. Like, right, we can really stress it, really talk to each person individually. And it was just my approach to rating. It seems to be a new approach that we've started. A lot of people really enjoy it, though, a lot more than just the simple Telegram raids, it seems.
Yeah, no, I think it's like very interactive and very fun. I find that very fascinating. Like, so are you like an analytics guy? Like, do you, like, when you say you're monitoring this and you can, kind of keep the situation moving, like that would be, do you notice like any kind of correlation to that raid and say the analytics of a post and how, that performs and what that might, cascading effects, from there?
Oh, yeah. So just straight up, the better we're rating, the harder we're rating, the faster we're getting in there. Like, we see it on the chart. We see it in the buy bot.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, so it was a no brainer. Like, literally, we went from our all-time low since launch, which, by the way, for a pump.fun token, 210K is not horrible. That's not down as bad as it seems. It just felt like that for the community, to 1,060,000.
Oh yeah.
And it was because we started rating and did not stop rating. And the longer we were rating, the more engagement we got. And that's how we got our market maker and angel investor, right? From rating the shit out of posts, having the community engaged. We caught the attention and we rated a young lady who was in our space. And just like with you, I was like, all right, like, I just I saw her. I was like, I don't recognize her. The one on our post, her name was Bullish Bestie. I was like, that's a bullish name. All right, rate her, guys. And we all rated her, and then she like loved it, and she's like really passionately involved with a couple different communities. She likes to get loud and raid and make noise, and really be out in the crypto streets. So she ended up like joining our community, and then she ended up bringing in our who is now our market maker, Oil, the one who helped us to add the 20K in liquidity. By the way, he burned $6,000 in Solana. He accidentally sent it to our contract address. He burned 6K in Solana plus some of our, like, 6K in our token, and then like just sent me another $6,000 in Solana instantly. Like, here you go. Go ahead and get that liquidity in there. Didn't even hesitate. He's the one who came by our space yesterday and asked, were we ready for the $5 million market cap? So like the raids, we see the raids on the chart. We see the raids in the buy bot. We also see the raids as we're picking up people like in the space, right? So the longer we're going, the harder we're rating, the bigger the space just gets cumulatively over time, right? Because we're picking up a couple people here and there who like what we're doing. They're joining in on the raids. The bigger the raids get, and that's how we've driven ourselves to all-time highs. Like, there's no question that there's a direct correlation to how hard and effectively we're rating and how hard and effectively our chart is rising and community is growing.
Dude, hell yeah. Man, I was thinking of a question that I wanted to ask you that had to do with I had lost it. It will come back to me. I do know that.
Quick community. If you guys want to come up and talk about what brought you into the community, why you like it, why, you know what I'm saying? I think this is that type of format.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, that's literally this is for anybody to come up and chat and be a part of the conversation. So please, by all means, raise your hands. Come on up here. The format is open to everybody. God damn it. What was I going to ask you? I don't know. Mr. Dude, you got any questions?
Yeah, I guess like it's got, whoa, we're going to do that.
I gotcha. That's my B. There you go.
There we go. All right, that's how long it's taking me to talk today. Jeez, it's a new record. I guess it's kind of the typical question, but what sort of, and not official roadmap, but what are your plans for as you go along, as people start joining, what kind of things should they be expecting?
Yeah, so we are working to build a culture. This is a culture coin, not a meme coin. Memes come and go. People get tired of memes, but culture lasts, and it's ever evolving. So what we're focusing on right now, if you notice most of our spaces, and like I said, we constantly have the spaces going, it's quit culture and talking quit culture. That's what it is. So we're working at building our culture around this coin, a culture of people who never quit, absolutely refuse to quit, right? But people who also quit, right? We quit working for others and work for ourselves. So what they can expect for the first 6 months to a year is us to be focusing on the quit token, on Solana, on this token singularly. We're not going to be doing NFTs. We're not going to be launching other tokens. We're going to be saying, we're not going to be promising a whole bunch of utility. The roadmap is to show up every day. And a large part of our culture is working together in spaces for our bags. We also, so the community, like the team, just to be clear, we're not doing this. This isn't charity, right? We're holding that 80%. And we're handling it responsibly and transparently so that we can really grow this project, right? And we're trying to treat this like a company. We have been doing OTC deals. We will set up single-sided liquidity pools when we want to take profits, or we'll do exactly what we did the other day, right? Because we're really working on building our liquidity. If you look at our liquidity pool to market cap, right, our ratio is really solid. We have 100K in liquidity with a 750K market cap. Which for pump.fund tokens, usually you don't get 100K in liquidity until you hit $1 million market cap. That's just how their LP to market cap ratio is balanced. But we are already actively and aggressively working to increase our liquidity, which makes it so our whole goal is for people to be able to quit. And even if we have $100 million market cap coin, that's not enough for people in our community to quit their jobs and change their lives, because that's not actually $100 million, right? The true value of the coin is in the liquidity, not the market cap. The market cap is a fugazi. It's smoke and mirrors, as we all know, right? Well, actually, as a lot of us know, everyone doesn't know. Mm-hmm. So our goal is to continue to raise liquidity, continue to show up every day. What they can expect from us 6 months from now is they can expect us to be in spaces raiding with a much larger raid team and a much bigger community and a much higher market cap, showing up every day and telling people, hey, are you ready to quit? One of the other things that we do is, like I said, we're raiding these rug telegrams. And I think what's going to happen is in a couple months, I don't think it's going to happen. It could be in a few weeks, but I think in a couple months, before we can raid these telegrams, when people get rugged, they're just going to finally say, I quit, and they're going to come to us because they know that we're out here.
Yeah, and it's like just a fantastic way to build the community, because no matter who you are, if you have participated in crypto over the last several months, you have been rugged in some way. And I feel like it's just the marketing there is just, like you said, so easy. I mean, it's just so easy to be like, I quit, man. I'm done with this. And you're like, yeah, that's a community I can get behind, because fuck, I got rugged, or whatever you want to quit, man. It's almost like it sells itself.
Yeah, and I guess that honestly, everything you said was so awesome. So if someone's listening right now, they're not in the space, they're listening to it hours or days later. Do you have an easy way for people who are like, shit, I've just been rugged, or I was rugged, I need to get these guys my old community name?
Yeah, so they can just come to us, right? So they can go to our Telegram. People drop rug TGs in our Telegram, or they can come to our spaces. We'll probably get something set up on our website, which is getting a rebrand right now. It's bossiquit.xyz for submissions. But like we got to move fast with these rugs a lot of times, because some of these ruggers, as soon as they rug or right after they rug, they shut down the ability to chat in the Telegram. And once that's done, there's nothing we can do, right? Once they shut it down, they delete the TG, that's over. So we have to move fast. So what we've been doing, and mind you, as when we get bigger and people know, yo, they're nonstop 24/7, and people are already realizing this, right? They're coming to us with CTOs and different things like, hey, this might be perfect for you guys. What we expect will happen will be at some point, people will be coming to us to report rugs as they happen, right? Coming into the spaces to report a rug, and we'll be able to like instantly run down on them, because time is of the essence a lot of these times, because we want to get in there right when they're rugged and they're talking CTOs, the pain is fresh, the memory is fresh, they know what just happened. A lot of times these ruggers are putting ruthless messages showing their profit and losses, right? Like just posting stuff about, oh, too bad, thanks for playing. Got your money. Sorry you didn't win. It's crazy.
That is just that's awful. Yeah, no, I think that's it's strike while the iron's hot, right? Kind of thing. And get someone, because obviously you see a lot of people who, and we've talked about this on the show before. It's like we're kind of changing the landscape of investing, and we think about it by having these communities and clubs that all invest in the same token, and then are in a TG or a Discord and chat, become a community, and then all of a sudden it gets ripped away. So I mean, finding that opportunity to get those people back into something that they crave, because I think that's the one thing that we've found that most people here in crypto, and maybe it's just honestly the evolution is, I've no offense to the NFT bros, but I feel like the NFT bros infiltrated crypto with this whole idea of creating these like dope community things. But at the end of the day, like finding the people who crave that community, that sense of being, that I want to communicate, I want to be in the Discord, I want to be in the Telegram, whatever it may be, and then pull them into a community where it's literally all like-minded people, like they were in crypto before, possibly got rugged, or just love the messaging of it.
Yeah, that's it, man. We think it's an easy clap. We've been shopping in pump.fun a lot, right? Like if you want to go find some rugs, you want to go find some rug communities, there's thousands a day on there.
That's probably the easiest way to do research, is you go on Dex Tools or Dex Screener, find the thing where they, G pull the liquidity, and you just like hit the TG as fast as you can. Like, hey, we got something for you.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. We just go to like photon.sol or Dex Screener. We track live new pairs, and most of those rug within minutes of being launched, as we know. So that, and also going to pump.fun and just searching for either between 4 and 8K market cap coins, or anything that's been king of the hill and it hasn't bonded or isn't about to bond, typically gets G'd into oblivion and then rug. It's a fact. It's a horrible fact, but it's a fact.
It's the game, man. It's how the game is being played.
Yeah, I also, sorry to cut you off, Jay, so I also just typed into the search bar up top. I literally typed in rugged 5 minutes ago, hashtag DOP, hashtag well, hashtag Borpa, all just rugged in the last 5 minutes.
Yep, and we were doing that the other day as well, just searching rugged.
It's crazy that you thought, like, it's like one of those things where it's like such a silly, easy idea that's like, man, how the fuck did no one think of this before you guys and what you're doing? But obviously they'd had to have the same mission and the same goals like you're trying to achieve with everybody. So I mean, like, shout out to you, because just touching on what Jay said and what you were saying, it's like everybody wants to be part of these communities that you can actually learn and grow. And people like even ourselves here are trying to like build that with like the Web3 Breakfast crew, where it's come here and people will talk and be honest and shoot the shit as well and have fun, and try and look out for each other and teach each other different aspects about life and crypto and what we've all been through, where it's like, and we need more communities that are like that. And your name, like, it's just, I quit. It's just, it's funny, man. I just say it and like I'm smiling right now. Just, I can't even fucking help it.
Hell yeah. Well, there's multiple things. My bad. I'm sorry, JChains.
No, you're good, brother. You're good.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, like, quitting. And we talk about this. Like I said, we're working a lot on building the culture. Quit culture is different things to different people. right? And when I ask people, like, what is quit culture to you today? What is it? And a lot of times it's just something that people, they talk about or elaborate on things that they're ready to quit, things they're done with. And people quit things every day, right? And at the end of the day, like, we're quitting the bullshit, right? Like just quit the shit. And I guarantee you there's people that feel like quitting or do quit at some point every day, something, or are ready to quit something.
And it could be, it could be a positive too. Like, I quit making excuses. Like, a few weeks ago, I quit making excuses of why I don't want to go to the gym today. Right.
I quit fading myself.
Yes, absolutely.
And that is, and also not quitting, because we are quitters. But the thing that makes us quitters is the fact that we don't quit. So we're trying to like redefine what people look at and consider to be a quitter, because a lot of times a quitter is someone it takes a lot of balls to quit, right? Like when people quit a career that they've been at to go pursue something that they're passionate about, oftentimes they could be quitting something that's highly lucrative, right? And then going to work for themselves to chase a passion. And if they're going to do that, they have to have it in them to not quit. So they have to be brave to quit working for others. And then they have to know that if they want to make it for themselves, no one's going to make it for them. They cannot quit. They're going to have to overcome adversity. They're going to have to persevere. They're going to have to keep moving forward. So it is a paradox because quitting isn't always something negative.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you just fucking nailed it, because you could be like quitting a terrible relationship, you could be quitting a terrible like toxic job, and it's it's either the old like it's either one day or day one, right? So like that resonated, man. Like, thank you for just like putting that out there today. Like, that was dope. I just make sure you put the CA up in the top so you make it easy for me to go buy a fucking bag when the space ends.
Yeah, definitely. I want to make sure, because I've got you pulled up on deck screener. Let me just make sure it's the is it the one that ends, well, if you're a pump then it ends pump, right? That's how that works.
Yeah, starts with 5 UW. I'll throw it in the jump.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's in our comment section too. Sagar Kapoor put it in the comments.
Oh hell yeah, it's the 732K market cap, right?
Yep, that would be us.
All right, cool. Hell yeah.
Did you so when you were in the space the other day, we were at like 600, I believe.
I believe you are correct. Because I think somebody had talked about passing the threshold of 500, and then it was up and a little bit higher.
Yeah, between like 5 and 6, somewhere there.
Yep.
We did run up to like 820 or whatever, retraced a bit, but these retraces, like even when we hit the million, these retraces have not been bad, right? Like we have, like, a lot of times, a million, these round numbers are psychological for a lot of people. Also, like the quit sign, right? Psychologically, we're programmed to stop what we're doing when we see that sign from a very young age. But usually you hit a million and then there's like this massive amount of jittery. Because if you got in on pump.fund, you got it at 10K. If you held to a million, you got 100x. If you put 3 SOL in there, you got 300 SOL. Right? People do not avoid it. They don't care, right? They're not looking at the real money, the real big picture. They don't care about the longevity of a project. We hit that million, retraced to 700, ran like within an hour, ran right back up to a million, stayed there for around a day, retraced to like 800K the next day. And then the day that you came in, we retraced to like 600 and then hit all time, ran it right back up. Not all time high. We're on our way to all time high right now. So it's been a ride.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna say, looking at the 1 hour chart, since you guys came out, I mean, absolutely, man, healthy. Like, you see a lot of things going up, and then corrections and consolidations, and then going up, and then corrections, consolidations, going up. So it's definitely a healthy looking chart.
Look at the 1 day chart. Look at the 1 day chart, and you're gonna see something really crazy.
All right.
And plus, like, while you're doing that, like, sorry, I didn't catch the very beginning because my fucking mic and stupid X. So I don't know if you're just like Captain Quitter, if we call you like Dr. Quitter, but
I'm Casper.
Okay, cool. All right. So one of the things that you mentioned was like at the 1 million, you see this like huge amount of jittery, and it's because we've been talking about this. There's another project on Sol called Gotti, and like their leader MKid, like he's very similar mindset to what you're doing, where you're just trying to change culture coin and like people's mindsets, where it's like right now we have a ton of like, we'll call them traders, right? Like people who think like, oh, I'm just going to make this money. I'm going to take out my initials. Like everybody's spreading this like, oh, make sure you take profits, where it seems like what you're trying to do is also like an investor mindset. Like it's okay for people to be thinking long term. You don't buy your Apple stock and you don't buy your Tesla stock, and then like when it goes up a couple $100, you sell it, right? You're like, no, I know what's happened in the past to previous. Like you can think of the guy who painted the walls in fucking Facebook and who took like stock options instead of payment, like, and then just didn't touch it, and now they make hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Like not every project's going to do that, but it's like having like this different mindset where it's like more than just one day, and everybody in crypto is like, oh, you just got to take this, you got to take that. People have been wrecked obviously in the past because they, didn't cash out these huge bags, but it's different when you're cashing out at, $10,000, $100,000, $300,000, and you're taking $5,000, $10,000. Like now you're really making fucking profits. When you're looking at 100 or 200, you're actually somewhat doing like a detriment to yourself, your community members, where you're like, oh, you took out $100, but then someone else took out $100, someone else, and like no one actually made real money. They just like, inflated their next paycheck the tiniest a bit.
So we actually take a pretty different approach to a lot of things. Us sniping that 80% of the supply allowed other people to trade it. Like if you look at our chart, you see really healthy trading volume. So basically, when we fulfilled the bonding curve, it gave us the CA that we dropped for everyone. Like we didn't wait when it hit the radium, like everyone had it for a couple minutes before it migrated. So everyone had a fair chance to get in early. And because we knew we weren't selling or cheating that 80% on the chart, it allowed for healthy trading volume, which you have to have. You have to have people realizing profits and like securing their initials and actually buying things in the real world for it to be real to other people, right? If people aren't making money off a token, then they're not talking about it, and it's not going to incentivize and have other people coming in. There's also a lot of sell shaming that goes on, right? We know that there's a ton of sell shaming that goes on. Anytime anyone sells a bag, it's like, oh my God, because of us getting such a large amount of the supply early, and us having now, like I said, this awesome angel investor market making whale that came in, who's like a literal prince, with multi-million-dollar business. It is fully doxed. It is just someone you do not fade. Shout out to Saitama on Soul. Shout out to Prince. We've stressed and have pushed, right? And this is something that you usually don't hear from a project, right? But we've stressed and have pushed for people in our community to secure their initials when it makes sense, and to secure a little bit of profit, and to take a moon bag, or to just put in so we whereas most people will stress hold till 10M, hold till 10M, hold till 10M. What we've been trying to do is like secure a guaranteed win for them, but also condition them to think about this as a long-term play, right? Like, because the whole point is to quit, right? Quit buying other tokens, quit buying into rugs. But at the same time, it is about safety as well, and making the most intelligent and profitable decisions when we're gambling. Because I don't consider any of this that we're doing investing, right? Like even if you put money into quit, you're gambling, right? Like any meme token, is prone to go to zero at any moment. I say things are we're secure because I'm holding the 80%, but what if I die? You know what I mean? And then like does anything can happen, right? I could be lapsed or like I could be lackadaisical with security, and there could be, I could get hacked, right? These are real things that happen every day. I could just actually be a scumbag running a long play, and I could do my community dirty. I'm not going to. That's not who I am. I put my entire reputation on this token. That's why I'm very proud of where it's at and what we've accomplished so far, and what I know we're going to accomplish. But we have been working with people to tell them to take profits in the green candles, and then buy up the red days, buy the fear, not the hype. And to reinvest and support the chart so that they can improve their positions, so that they can be properly positioned when we get where we're going. So this is something that we look at as a long-term play, but it doesn't matter what it is. I personally am just the type that no matter how much, and I guess the difference is the 80%, right? Between this and other projects, right? Like I'm very conditioned to want to make sure my community secures wins, right? And then I want them to gamble with house money. That way, no matter what happens, right? Like I don't have people that are losing, because then I personally feel responsible, even though it's crypto and it's risky and we know anything can happen. Like when my community takes a loss off of something that a play that I give them, I feel responsible, and I often do things to mitigate their losses. So to avoid having to do that, I just stress to people just to get into the habit of gambling smart, right? If you get into the habit of doing things the right way, it doesn't matter what conditions you're in, you're going to do them the right way. So we're just trying to really, really teach good habits when they are gambling or investing, which is, most often making sure that they secure their initial capital, realize some type of profits, and then leave themselves a moon bag. Support the charts, DCA in, DCA out, and remember that OTC deals are available and encouraged in the Quit community.
But you're also like one of the biggest things is transparency. Like that's like what like out of all that stuff you just said, you gave all this like honest truth, but like you were just very transparent, which is like one of the biggest differences from any project, and that's why you see the cell shaming and all the other stuff that you touched on that you guys are basically the opposite of.
Yeah, our entire thing. So this is a social experiment. I said it before we started. I don't know what's going to happen with this. I have a good idea though, and I'm pretty sure I know that this will work. But it is transparency to a fault, because so many people, right, like because of not being transparent, like just about the simple aspect of wanting to make money, right? People launch tokens and they feel like it's a bad thing if the dev team says that they want to make money, right? And it's not, right? It's a bad thing when you're not transparent about it, then you go about it the wrong way. There's ways to do things. So, we launched this and said, like, a lot of people are like, oh, you have so much supply, burn all that supply or burn half the supply. No, we launched this to make money. This is to be sustained very long term. This supply is going to be used for CEXs. This supply is going to be utilized for things that a lot of people in meme coins and shit coins don't think about. Right?
Like, don't understand that it's like $60,000 to launch your coin, so they want you to burn it because their bag goes up. And
they want you to burn it so you can't dump it on them. Let's keep it real. That's why burns are bullish. It's not even so that their bag goes up. A lot of times communities want dev to burn tokens so dev can't sell token.
Right.
So dev can't make money and dev can't rug them.
And but most of the times dev doesn't explain the shit you're talking about, where it's like, it costs money to do all of these other things that you also will immediately ask for once I burn half or 3/4 or my whole bag.
Win Binance. Win CEX. Win CEX.
And then even when you give them one, there's when next one.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We need 7 tier 1 listings. Like we need 7 tier 1 listings this week. You give them 7, win 7 more.
Yeah.
Like
Binance is cool and all. When next exchange, Dev? Like what?
When Coinbase.
Yeah, like what? When leverage trade.
And then
when
we got a question from Neil, who's just like perpetual broken mic, so he can't come up here and ask. But he wants to know, what's your favorite pick in the top 100 coins besides Sol, and which is your favorite narrative for the coming bull run?
Good question.
Damn, besides Sol. Bitcoin.
The original shitcoin.
Yeah. Bitcoin. Sorry. I don't know why it took so long to answer that question. I'm just like Solana would be my number one, even though the @ is I quit Solana. But Bitcoin. Yeah, man. Bitcoin. For sure. Bitcoin.
That's a good. What was it? There was a second question.
And then what was the second part of the question? My apologies.
What's your favorite narrative for the upcoming bull run?
I quit thinking about narratives. Yeah, that's what I got to tell you. The narrative of quitting. So, goddamn, and that's one of the things with why we're building this culture coin and not just building a meme coin, right? Like the derivatives. I'm over the derivatives. I'm over Politify already. I'm over derivatives of derivatives and derivatives of derivatives of derivatives. I'm over promised utility that never comes. I am over flash in the pan meme tokens that are, so like where the meta is so timely, right? Like it's so time sensitive. There's no way it's going to be sustainable long term. Over the celebrities, right? Like even though I know it's not even started yet, right? Like so I just quit, man. I quit. I'm over a lot of shit in Web3, and I think a lot of people in my community are over a lot of shit in Web3, including what's the narrative, right? At the end of the day, the narrative doesn't matter. It's about community, right? The ticker doesn't matter. I used to say this all the time. The ticker is irrelevant, right? Like the meme is irrelevant. The narrative is irrelevant. The meta is irrelevant. All that matters is the community. That's all that matters.
That's a really good point. I love the whole idea of, you know, not really what did you call it again? Not a meme token, but a
culture coin.
A culture coin. I absolutely freaking love that. In all the conversations that I've had in all the places and wherever that I've been, I've not heard that reference, and I actually really appreciate that. Because it was funny, like I was reading some article the other day and they were talking about stocks, and I forget which fucking stock it was, but they were calling it like, you know, Chewy and GameStop and stuff, and they called them meme stocks. I'm like, well, those are like at one point, like, you know, verified, like real businesses. Like, why is everything a meme? Like that just doesn't make sense. And so
it's just a meme meta, bro.
Yeah, but
that's just the meta.
But yeah, but for the degens, right? And I think like we got to be thinking a bigger picture for people who are like the retail that is yet to come into the space. And so the idea of a culture coin or a culture token or whatever, I think that is a much better idea. Maybe that is the meta moving forward, is that it's culture versus meme. Because people, like you said, I'm fucking sick of cat coins. I'm sick of dog coins. I'm sick of frog coins. I'm sick of all that shit. Like, it's cool. That's why, like, you know, we've got, and I say that obviously Pussy Monster is a big part of what I do. And, you know, with the fight and all that
Shout
stuff.
out Pussy Monster.
Absolutely. But like, you know, Gotti, like it's not a cat or a dog or a person, you know. I quit. It's not a cat or a dog or like, I love that, you know. That's why the things like this, I feel like, are going to be, again, like that is the new meta, the culture of it.
Can you tell us about Gotti? I got some of my community in here that isn't going to be familiar with Gotti, and we've been talking a lot about Quit, and it sounds like Gotti's something you're pretty involved with. Would you mind like filling us in and sharing, you know, giving us some details, maybe throwing the decks up there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can throw that up. Mr. Dude, I'm going to let you probably take the reins on most of this, but when you talk about scarcity, and I think that's one of the biggest selling points of, say, Bitcoin for most people, right? There's only 21 million. Well, they started with only 50,000. He's since burned several thousand. I think we're down to like 42,000, something like that. There is it's just a crazy supply shock that's happening when the token launched in I think it was mid-April, something like that. It immediately shot up to like the $200 or $300 range, and then just kind of started ranging for a little bit, bounced down. And then the supply shock really went into effect. Like when Mr. Dude was talking, M-Kid, the founder of that, he's in the VC world. He's a traditional finance guy, and he knows a lot of people. He's very well connected in that world. And so people understand the investor mindset of it, right? The scarcity when you again push the narrative of there's only 21 billion Bitcoin, and that's why it's so rare. It's but all that, again, part of the narrative. So they understood that. And I'll let Mr. Dude take it away, because maybe I'm butchering this, but I think the supply shock.
No, you're doing great in terms of like the scarcity and the supply shock. So M-Kid has a similar like mindset where like you. Okay, so his backstory, like super long but super short. He used to mine Ethereum, used to mine Bitcoin. He was part of like the real come up in terms of like the whole ecosystem. He talks about how he like burned, he sold 10,000 Bitcoin. Like, sure, it made him like a millionaire, like $1 million, but obviously if he had held and blah blah blah, right? So he's made a ton of his money in ETH and Bitcoin, to the point where like now like he's a very rich guy, very well off in the United States. Like he's talked to lawyers, Supreme Court justices, blah blah blah. And I know who he is, so I know like who his wife is, who people are connected to, or like he has access to have these real, genuine conversations. So he holds the supply. What does he hold now? If you go in the wallets, you'll see a bunch of 500 wallets. So those are all owned by him. Those are some of the ones, like he burned 4,000 tokens the other day. It was like $12 million worth of the token. And his like whole goal, he's part of, I guess, the SEC, and what the regulators look for is like, are the actual founders making money? So his way to literally protect himself has been like, he will not make a single penny off of this coin, where he's so sick of the rugs and the scammers, where he's like, okay, let's make a bunch of people who are willing to hold a token rich through the long term, right? So I mean, you can see right now that as of this morning, the price was $2,433 for one Gotti. It started off like, I mean, I sold 12 of them at $22, thinking like, all right, sick, I'm gonna make some fucking money. Luckily, I still have a huge chunk as well. Yeah, I know, right? It is hilarious. And it is part of those stories where it's like the power of actually holding and the power of community. And he's renounced all of like their Telegram. If you go into the official one, it's public. So there are no messages, there are no emojis. It's just like factual information that like he will drop. Then there are some community driven Telegram chats where like he'll go in and have voice chats with them, or he'll come on and do spaces and talk to people, and he'll give, you know, if he were to come on right now, he would give you the showman spiel, pump up the coin and blah blah blah, and like rah 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 everybody. But then when you have these, like, I guess call them like fireside chats in the voice in the telegrams, he'll actually go into like his history, what goes on, like the mindset of crypto, the mindset of people, a lot of the shitty aspects that you have talked about up here. He goes into detail on what he's witnessed. I watched him in a project we were in spend $6 million trying to catch the falling knife to protect the community and what was going on, and it still eventually turned into a rug, right? So I think like he's on Sol as well, so be a good connection to introduce for your community members, where it's like just a similar mindset. That's it, right? Like people will make money. Some people will make life-changing money. Some people will make good money. Some people will make great money, and like he's just like, all right, well, everybody has their own stop on this journey, and like we let them off the stop. There's really no self-shaming, although you can say like you think it's dumb based on where you know it's going, but it's like, all right, if you needed 10 grand, you needed 10 grand, you needed a car, you needed to pay off your mortgage, whatever, like we're still going to keep going.
Yeah,
that's kind of it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I absolutely love it. I love the play with the scarcity. So like, he obviously, didn't deploy through Pump. He debbed it and launched it directly there. And
he gave it. He was similar, like, so he gave out the CA 7 days before, so that people could avoid like getting bought and whatnot. That everybody had, fair.
Yeah, I love it. We've been, obviously doing our own thing to reinforce scarcity. I really like this token though. Just simple tokenomics, right? People have forgotten the importance of tokenomics because we're so indoctrinized by Pump.fun, right? People have forgotten that strong tokenomics and well thought out strategic tokenomics can be a large key to success, right? When launching a token and building a project and community.
Well, and plus everybody wants utility, and he's been like very upfront, similar to what you said about your like next year roadmap, where he's like, there is no fucking utility. The utility is the actual token. And like that's it. And like we need to get back to like stop promising all these things that don't happen or don't actually like aren't useful. Where it's just like, here's the token. It's the exact same thing as Bitcoin. So if everybody really, really, really wants more of Bitcoin or a coin like Bitcoin, it's like just basically like, here it is. And the liquidity, like if you look, it's like really low liquidity. So the other day I actually brought this up to him when I was chatting, because he's nice enough to answer like tough questions. He's like, has always been my exact goal: low liquidity. I want these violent swings where it can go up to, like yesterday it was like almost, or the other day it was almost $4 a token, crashed all the way back down to $2 because a few people sold. Then he burns 4,000. So now it'll be tougher to get back up. So you'll really see, I guess, people who want to play the longer game. And then he's talked about, when eventually we are at the point where like the sexes come and they want us listed, and they buy up the tokens because I'll never give it to them for free. So that's when I'm sitting by with whatever I need to pump in the liquidity. Because if he did it at the start, he talked about putting in 150, 200K liquidity right at the beginning. But then he noticed the coin's initial offering would be like $50-ish, I think he said. And he's like, that's going to attract richer people. And I want to at first help out people who want to buy a token for $1. So this coin started out as $1. And as we grow, and as we, I guess, weed out people who just don't want to be in it for the long term, which is cool, they'll then pump the liquidity in exactly when it's needed.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
And I've seen one of his wallets with like millions of dollars in it. So like, I know like the fact is he's not full of shit, and it's okay. Like, it's okay if people don't believe, and that's fine. It's each their own. It's like, yeah, like I would give this guy all my Gotti or my password to my wallets, because I know he's not going to like rip them off.
Check it out, community.
There you go. I took advantage of the dip. I bought 2 coins while we've since retraced. And I am looking forward to just hanging out. I think probably the goal is one of those is for my daughter. She's got herself a nice little portfolio of some coins and some NFTs. So I'm going to slide one of those on over for Emmy. So that'll never get touched, at least for the next 16 and a half years.
I love that. I think building their kids' portfolios is huge. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, there you go. That to me, I'm with you. I think it's the best thing that we can do, especially because my daughter's 2.5, right? She, as much as she doesn't know anything about crypto, she's already been to like 12 conferences. So she's gonna grow up with this stuff. So I might as well start her portfolio now. right? And I think a lot of people should be in the same position to whether, again, like it doesn't even matter the dollar amounts of it, right? Like it could be $25 of this, $25 of that, like, because you got to think in 10 years from now, that, you know, $25 of Ethereum or whatever is going to be, hopefully, I mean, not Bitcoin. We know that Bitcoin is not the way to get wealthy with just small amounts, but other coins are the way to do it. Ondo.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just looking at the long game. So big props.
Absolutely, brother. Was anybody got any other questions? Mr. Dude, you got anything else? I think this was, man, I'm so glad that that you were free to be able to do this. I can't wait to get off this show. I'm gonna do what Mr. Dude's doing, and I'm gonna snag a bag. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling anybody to do anything that I'm doing. I quit giving financial advice. I was never able to actually do it, but at this point, I quit giving advice. And I'm gonna get a bag. That's it.
That's it, man.
Thank you.
Pizza time.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Hey,
damn. Thank you so much, Mr. Dude. I gotta give me 1 second.
It's funny. So like we're on stream. He's literally running from his computer to go put on the fucking pizza music.
All right, Cash. Here's the question of the day. The most important question I'm going to ask you this entire show. As you know, today is Friday, and we do Pizza Friday here at the Web3 Breakfast Club. So what is your pizza order?
Hey, I thought you quit it. I thought you quit pizza.
I can never.
I did quit pizza.
No one quits pizza. I had to quit for the training of the fight, but I would
All
never
right.
do it again.
Extra, hey, double pepperoni, double cheese.
Hey, all right. Frank, Mr. Frank, what's your pizza order?
I quit cheese, so just sauce.
Oof. I quit eating bad pizza, so I'm going. We're making it at home tonight, and then we possibly are going to take it to the concert in the park. Pepperoni, banana peppers, fresh garlic. Maybe, Jacob, maybe today's the day where I try the cashews, because I got a jar of cashews and I just opened them last night, so I might try it on one piece just to see what that's about. Mr. Dude, what you having for your pizza?
Oh, we got leftover pizza from last night, so we will go with the New Orleans. It's the barbecue chicken pizza with cheese, barbecue sauce instead of pizza sauce, and whatever else is on. I don't even fucking know. I just put it in my mouth.
Yeah, that's what she said. So let me ask you a question. So a New Orleans pizza is barbecue sauce?
Well, no, they just it's just one of the ones you can order, right?
Oh.
The other one, we got pepperoni and cheese for the kiddos. And there's some of that. I'll probably eat their pizza. I'm just gonna I'll just take a picture and we'll just see what's on it. We'll fucking eat it.
Love it. As long as you're eating
He'll
pizza.
eat their pizza. He'll eat their pizza and save his.
Yeah, no, totally. Because then I'll save mine for tomorrow. Because what do you mean? We had to throw it out, babe. Sorry, it was yucky.
I love it. I love when you can clearly tell parents, right? When grown men use words like yucky, I think, I use sometimes the word I don't know, yummy, or oh, that's so yummy. Whatever.
Yeah, when you do the cutesy shit with your kids, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was funny. Like last night we're at the fireworks, and as I had to go run to the porta potties to take a piss, and I just I mean, it's just where are you going? I'm like, Daddy's got to go pee pee. It's and everybody's around, looking at me did that grown man just
shut up, man? You do it too. It's don't lie. It's that old meme where it's it doesn't matter how gangster you are when a little kid hands you a cell phone or a fake phone, you answer that thing.
It's so true.
Yeah, what are you, a monster?
Exactly.
Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, you know what? I love this show for specifically for this moment. Now, the whole show I love, but
you about to quit? You about to quit the space, bro?
I'm about to quit the space, man. I don't know about you guys.
About to rug the shit out of it.
I am. Fuck you guys. I quit.